Welcome back, y'all. Pokey Lambo here. Today we're going over what I think are the best pickups that you can be getting this week. And a little late getting to this video today, and that was because of Mother's Day on Sunday. And we're here though. We made it back, and let's get right into it. And honestly, the market has just gotten so out of control for me that I think majority of things out there are overpriced, and I don't really plan on picking up much because it's getting even more pricier, and I think people have gotten way too euphoric with the market. But we'll try our best to try and find some stuff that I think in the long run, even if it comes down 50, heck, even with some of these singles, 80%, won't be too bad. And honestly, if I were you, I would just pick up what you think is awesome and that you'll be happy holding on to over the next 20 years. But what I got pulled up here, I think, are things that still have potential to run regardless of any of that other stuff. And starting out here, we have the Snorlax promo card from 151, and we can see it is up 39% over the 3 months. But with it being at $25, I think that this is probably the highest point that I think is worth picking these up, especially like multiple, like 4 or 5, I think is okay. It's reasonable. But if it gets much higher than this, I'm definitely not interested. So definitely one, I think if you're able to find a few of them, I'd be picking them up. We also have the Magneton Scarlet and Violet promo card. This one for the month is up 18%, and we can see quite a bit of these are selling over the last few days. And we've hit $8, and honestly, for me, once it hits about $12, $15, I'm definitely going to back off just because at that price point, I don't really think it's worth picking up multiple of these. But right now, where we're still under $10, I think it's a great pickup, and I think that you'll actually be pretty safe investing in them. Obviously, as a collection, awesome card to be collecting. And we have the Charizard from Obsidian Flames, and this guy is just struggling to really break over $100. And I think at $100, it just makes total sense. Super safe play with it being a Charizard. I think the art is really good, even for it being a crown Pokemon. I think the Dark Crown is one of the better crowns, and really, Dark Charizard is epic, and I think over the long run, it'll perform pretty well, especially if you pick it up at $100. I think it's a no-brainer. We still have the Blastoise here from 151, chilling in this 150 range. It's actually ticked up a little bit, so we're getting close to that 160, which is, getting to that higher point for me. It's like, once it hits $200, I'm not as interested, but I think if it's still in this 150 range, if you're able to, talk people down, maybe he definitely hit that $150 range. But I think this is one of the cooler SIRs of Scarlet and Violet, and definitely my favorite of 151. The Zapdos here from 151 as well is still at that 105 range, but I don't think it's going to be much longer because we can see kind of the same story as some of these other singles that we're seeing quite a few of these move. And for me, this definitely seems like this card could easily be at 150, especially with it having the other legendary birds in there with it. Great card. And the 151 poster collections have actually come down 4% for the month. Market price $77. Quite a few of them selling over the last few days. And anytime you see 151 go down, it definitely piques my interest. So if you're able to find any of these, it definitely, maybe not actually. But regardless, I mean, maybe on eBay, you're definitely not finding it on TCG Player. But if you're able to find them anywhere else under $80, I think that's almost a no-brainer if you're really wanting to pick up more 151. And the Surging Sparks booster boxes, their market price is 270, which for me is a little too rich for my blood. They were, around this 260 mark. And when it comes to the booster boxes right now, I just think that this one being under $300 piques my interest. But I've said before, I'm not crazy about collecting or investing into booster boxes, especially at this price. It's just a little too much for me. But if you're able to find it at 250, I do think that it's technically, undervalued. But I do think that this should be a $300 booster box with the current market right now. So if you're looking to save 50 bucks or at least 40 bucks, this one definitely I think is a play. And I'm super happy about this though. The Prismatic Super Premium Collection is actually down 13% still for the month. And even with the massive buyout we had over the weekend, this thing has still continued to crater down below $300. So I'm pretty optimistic. We still have a lot of these 390 listing or $300 90 listings there. We could see this thing come down potentially down to 250. So really keep an eye on this one. But I think even at $300, there's some hope that we're going to continue to see this one push down at least another like $20, $30. We have the Destin Rivals Elite Trainer boxes, and this one is starting to hit retail stores, and it is down almost 5% for the month. We can see the all-time high was almost $300, and we're almost down $100. Fantastic. And you can see a few of these selling, and we're really going to have to see what it does over the next few weeks as more and more supply kind of hits the retail stores, and potentially maybe some of these hit the vending machines. But definitely have to keep a close eye on the Destin Rivals Elite Trainer boxes. And if you are going to overpay for anything, I do think overpaying for this booster box isn't terrible, just because I do think that this is one of the best ETBs of Scarlet and Violet. Then we got the Genesect from Black Bolt. This one is an SIR, and it's down 3% almost for the month. And having it be at $42, I think is low-key kind of crazy because this card goes super hard. And I definitely think that this one could be $80 to $100. So for me personally, I do think that this card is very much worth picking up at $41, especially given how much a lot of these Black Bolt and White Flare cards are running right now. For it to be $41 kind of seems crazy. The Alakazam promo here has kind of seen a little bit of a spill. Over the month, it's down 14%. We're back to that $12 range, which for me, I think it's kind of safe to start picking these up again. Where they're like 15, I think they're like $15, $20. How high did they go? Yeah, having it be about $15 for me. I'd rather have it down here, save that $3, and then pick up like one or two more. But with it coming down though, I think it's a good time to, start snagging these up if people are selling them for that market price there of $12. And Oricorio here, it's continuing to kind of increase up 25%, market price $14. And really, once it hits, I want to say 15, but maybe like $18, I definitely will back off of picking these up because I don't know how high of a ceiling this Oricorio honestly has. So we could be seeing kind of the chilling period to pick them up for me, but we'll have to see if maybe there's a sell-off of these at some point soon because there are quite a bit of these selling right now. So we'll have to keep an eye on Oricorio there. The Mega Lucario promo card, pretty cool. With it being under $20, I definitely think it's worth picking up. Anywhere above $20, I'm not super interested. Kind of the same thing here with Mega Gardevoir. With it being under $15, I definitely think it's worth it. And yeah, market price $10, definitely think it's a good pickup there. The N Zekrom is up 10% for the month, and market price is $10, which I do think that that's pretty solid. This could potentially at some point be like a $40, maybe $50 card. We'll have to wait and see, but definitely think that this is one that'll perform very well in the future. And Charcadet here is still only $3. You can see 91 sold today, 52. So a lot of these selling, but hasn't really seen much price movement. Definitely think that this card could potentially be a $10, $15 card at some point. So picking it up at $2 kind of feels like a no-brainer to me. The Mega Sharpedo from Phantasmal Flames is just, you can just see it going up and down for the last month, down 5% at about $25. I think that this is just a no-brainer pickup for me. Pick up 2 of these for $50. Easy play for me. Same with the Lopunny here at $21. Stupid cheap. It's actually up 17% for the month at $20. Same thing as that Sharpedo. I just think it's stupid cheap right now. And if I come across these at my LGS, I'm definitely snagging them up. But I haven't seen any yet, but keeping an eye out. And finally, with Pitch Black being announced, we're really just waiting on the drop, so keep a close eye on that. The only thing that I'm really targeting are the Pokemon Center Elite Trainer boxes, just because it's another small set. At least I assume it's a small set. Don't quote me on that. But I'm just mainly holding off on all the other product because I really am holding off for the 30th and the potential Rayquaza set. And I'd rather save my money, put it into those sets. But anytime you're able to pick up the Pokemon Center Elite Trainer box, I think it's worth getting it at MSRP. And also, if you just want to get any product at MSRP, this is obviously the best time. Get your booster box, your booster bundles, your ETBs, call it a day. But let me know what you guys thought about these pickups, if any of them are worth it, and if you think that there are any other better plays, let me know in the comments. And you guys have a great rest of your day. Peace.